Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Senator Murkowski.
Madam Chairman, thank you. And to the ranking member, secretaries, thank you for being here today. It was just last week we were debating the aspects of the emergency supplemental related to national security, support for Ukraine, support for Israel. I think today's conversation is equally important, and that is a focus on our borders here within the United States, and a recognition that when there is unrest and war abroad, we are never safe on our own territory, and to assume that we are so is naive and ill-informed, ill-placed. So I appreciate the discussion that we're having today. Secretary Mayorkas, I heard you say multiple times here this morning that comprehensive reform is needed. I think we would all agree that comprehensive reform is needed. But I'm appreciative of Senator Schatz's comment with a recognition that we need to make some incremental gains here. We have got to do more to demonstrate to the people in this country that our borders are safe, that our borders are secure. And Mr. Secretary, you cannot close your eyes to that chart that just shows the numbers increasing and increasing and increasing. We recognize that there are pressures globally that are putting pressures on us. But the people of this country are not feeling secure. They are not feeling secure about our own borders. And so as we work within the parameters of what I think is a very important emergency supplemental, Ukraine, Israel, support in the Indo-Pacific, support for the border, meaningful support for the border, recognize that this side of the dais is not just talking to hear themselves talk. We need to see some reforms that just putting more money to a broken system doesn't give people the confidence that they need. And I'm with you. We need to have more men and women on the border. We need to have more technologies. But we also need to be able to look critically at some of the policies that we have in place and admit that they're just not working right now. And so I hope you take that to heart. I hope our colleagues here realize that this is not an us versus them. This is people in this country, whether you are in Washington or Maine or Alaska or Maryland, who are not feeling secure right now. We are a long ways from the southern border, but I will tell you that looking at the numbers that we see coming across our northern border and the number of those on the terrorist watch list, what we're seeing on the northern borders are 2 and 3 times more. Almost 500 individuals on the terrorist watch list attempted to enter the U.S. at northern border points of entry. I appreciate what you shared with Senator Shaheen from North Dakota. You said that you didn't have the ability to disaggregate by states, but you did by region. I would suggest to you that Alaska, that part connected to Washington through Canada, that is a region where we ought to be able to get that information. We haven't been able to get it yet, and I would ask for your help in identifying that so that we can be better informed there. I want to bring it home to the people that I represent in Alaska, who, yes, are looking at our northern border, but even more alarming than who may be coming across our northern border is what we are seeing coming into our state with regards to fentanyl. And I'm participating in a hearing this afternoon in the Indian Affairs Committee on fentanyl in Indian country. And in my state, we are looking at a situation right now where our smallest of small native villages are receiving amounts of fentanyl that are breathtaking in their scope. 98 pounds of fentanyl, I underestimated, nearly 130 pounds of fentanyl in the last 15 months coming into Alaska, into communities as small as Savunga and Tyonek. One shipment alone included 1,877 grams of fentanyl to Savunga. This is a community of 826 people on St. Lawrence Island in the middle of the Bering Straits. Another shipment in March, 1,593 grams of fentanyl bound for Tyonek, population 415, not accessible by road, by boat. Mr. Secretary, I appreciate what you are sending to IHS through this supplemental. It's $250 million. We got to look really critically at what is happening to our Native American, Alaska Native population with fentanyl. My time has expired. I haven't allowed for response, but I hope you take seriously that we will not be able to get the support that we need for Israel, for Ukraine, for the Indo-Pacific, for the disasters, unless there is true, meaningful border security as part of this supplemental. Thank you, Madam Chairman.
Senator Van Hollen.
Thank you.